If you are a business owner or you operate any kind of business, I'm sure by now that you have heard of the BOI report that needs to be filed before the end of the year. I get so many questions about the BOI report, what needs to be done, how to do it. And so in this video, I am going to show you how to complete that report. But before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Keisha Rondino. I am a business and real estate CPA. My goal is to educate you on tax and business strategies so you can keep more of the money you make, save on taxes, and build the wealth within your business and your investments. So let's get started. So let's first talk about what this BOI report is. So it is a new requirement that falls under the Corporate Transparency Act, and it requires you as a business owner, if you operate a business, to report information about the owners of their company. And so this new mandate was put into place to help against money laundering, as well as any type of fraudulent activities that may take place within businesses. And one of the biggest questions that I get is, do I need to file this report? So any entity that has been created in the United States may need to file this report. So if you are an LLC, an S corporation, or a C corporation, or you have a partnership, 9 times out of 10, you probably do have to file this report, but there are some companies that are exempt from having to file it. And so if you have more than 20 employees, or if you generate revenue of over $5 million, those are two of the big exemptions that take place where you may not have to file this report. So knowing whether you need to file is important. If your entity was created prior to January 1st of 2024, then your report is due on December the 31st of 2024. If you created an entity during 2024, then you have 30 days after you've registered that entity in order to file the report, but you need to make sure that it is filed by December 31st of 2024. And the way you submit that report is through the electronic filing system on the fincen reporting portal. You want to be sure that you are filing this report and you're going to file it on time, because if you do not file it on time, you may subject your business to penalties and fees. So if you don't file, you may be subject to penalties of $500 per day, up to $10,000, or if you knowingly purposely just don't file or report false information on the report, you can be subject to up to 2 years in jail. So we don't want that to happen. Just go on ahead, file the report, and you will be good to go. So let's get started with filing this report. Before you file, you want to have on hand all of your business information, including the name, the address, and who all the owners are. And for each owner, you will also have to have some type of verification of the person and who they are. So they would need either a license, a state ID, or a passport, because that is going to be included with the report. So once you have all of that information, you are ready to file the report. So let's get into it. So this is the website that you're going to use in order to submit your report. It is boiefiling.fincen.gov. And when you're at this homepage, you are going to select this first option here, beneficial ownership information, BOI reporting. So we're going to select get started. Once we get to the next page, you're going to have an option to file a PDF report, but you want to file an online report. So we're going to select this option here, prepare and submit BOIR. And then it's going to bring you to the actual report where you will start completing the information. And so the first item is a type of filing. If this is the very first time that you are filling out this report, then you are going to include initial report. Once you select initial report, the date that you prepare it is going to autofill. And as you can see, we're preparing this today. So the date pops in as November 12th of 2024. And this is information about the Privacy Act, the Paperwork Reduction Act, and everything that goes into why you are filing this report online. We're going to select next. Next is going to be reporting company information. So this is going to be the information about your business. So part one, reporting company information. If you need help, you can request to receive a fincen ID number or a foreign pool investment vehicle. I'm helping you report this information, so you should not have to select any of this. So you will leave that blank and you will come down to option 5 for reporting company legal name. And so this is the name of the legal name of your company. And so in the example that I'm using, the name of the company is My Pretty Cupcakes. My Pretty Cupcakes is an LLC, so I do put the LLC behind it. Let's say that you have a DBA that also operates under your entity name, or if there's several DBAs, then you're going to put them here. And so in my example here, we're going to operate also as Cute Cake Pops. So that is the DBA that operates under My Pretty Cupcakes LLC. If there is another DBA that operates under your company legal name, then you would add this button here for add alternate name, and you will be able to input every DBA that you have that falls under your company legal name. Then you're going to scroll down and it's asking to line 7 for tax identification type. And so as an LLC, My Pretty Cupcakes operate as an EIN. So we will select the EIN and type in the tax identification number. So the fictional tax ID number that I have made up is here. So as you can see here, we have received the message saying tax ID must be 9 characters. So we normally see tax identification numbers as EIN numbers rather, with the dash in between. We're going to take the dash out so it can be accepted for fincen purposes. So now that we have the tax identification number in there, we're going to select the next. And now this is where you're going to report information on who is completing the report. So if you are completing the report on behalf of your own company, then your information is going to be here. You do not have a fincen ID number, so you're going to scroll down to number 19, which is going to be your last name. So in my example here, the owner, who is Mary Smith, is going to be the person completing the report. So the individual's last name is Smith, first name is Mary. There is no middle name, there's no suffix, and date of birth is going to be 01/01/1996. Sorry. The current address, the address type is going to be the residential address, or you can use the business address. Mary Smith wants to put her business address, so we're going to put the business address there. And that address is 123 Main Street. The city is Sprinkles, Texas. Excuse me. So the country is going to be the United States. And in this selection here, you're going to include Texas. And then you're going to put the zip code. And again, it's going to be for the person that's completing the form. They are going to need an identifying document type. In there, I'm going to select driver's license. And let's say their driver's license number is 876-543-21. And this is going to be in the United States, and the state that it was issued in, let's just say Texas. And then here, you're going to have to upload a document. Uploaded a document that says license number. You can see it there. And we're going to select next. So once we select next, you're now at number 35, where it says parent guardian information instead of a minor child. Then this, unless your child is on your legal documents, you would not select this. If you have an exempt entity, like the ones that I explained earlier, if you have over 20 employees or you make more than $5 million in revenue, then you may be an exempt entity. You're going to select this button here. If you are not exempt, then this is where you're going to put the owner's information as requested. So I indicated Mary Smith is the owner. She's the one that completed the report, and she's also going to be the one that is the original owner. So we're going to put her name again, which is Smith Mary. No middle name, no suffix. So, and her birthday was January 1st of 1996. And here it's asking for your residential address. And so Mary's residential address is 456 Primary Street, and Sprinkles, Texas. The country is the United States. Oops, sorry. The state is Texas. And the zip code is going to be 77569. And then we're going to scroll down to the identifying document type. Again, we're going to use her state issued driver's license. And her document number is 987654321. It was issued in the United States, and the state is Texas. And again, they're going to ask you to upload a document, the actual document that you're referencing here. And as you can see, once you upload it, the license number does show up and you're ready to move on to the next step. So let's say that you have more than one owner. If you happen to have more than one owner, then you're going to come up here and select Add Beneficial Owner. Then you will have a selection to add another owner. Let's say you make a mistake and you don't have another owner, you can select Remove Beneficial Owner too. If not, you're going to come down and you're going to do the exact same entity. So for our example here, the secondary owner is going to be Michael Jones. And so Jones, Michael, and his date of birth is going to be February 1st of 1996. Michael Jones' address is 456 Secondary Street, and it's his residential address. It's not a business address. It's a residential address, and that is in Baker. The country is the United States, and the state is going to be Texas. Zip code 77568. They're also going to ask for what identification type that is. So Michael is also going to use his driver's license, and his license number is going to be 123456789. It was issued in the United States and also issued in the state of Texas. You will also have to upload an image of that document. So once the document has been uploaded, you're going to select next because you have both of your owners located there. Of course, if you have a third owner, a fourth owner, you're going to add beneficial owner and include all of the information, but you're going to select next. So when you get to this page here, you're going to include an email address on this line because that is where you're going to get confirmation that you have filed this report. And then you're going to confirm the email address with the same email that you included in the upper line. You're going to include your first name, you're going to include your last name, and you're going to say agree because you're authorizing that all the information that you have reported on this report is absolutely correct. And you're also going to say you are a human so the system can know that you are not an electronic bot that's just completing information. Once that is done, the submit BOIR block is going to be highlighted for you to select. It is not highlighted now because I didn't complete any of this information and I don't want to complete it because this was a fictional company that I completed this report on. But you will have the ability to submit the BOIR and you will select next. And then you will get confirmation that the report has been filed. You will get confirmation on your screen and you will also receive an email indicating that it was submitted. I hope this information has been very helpful for you. Go through it, make sure that you are following this report and you are following it on time because you do not want to subject yourself to any type of monetary penalties. And you don't want to find yourself having to serve any kind of time because you just did not file this report. As you can see, it's not going to take you very long to do. It's not hard to fill out. It's just something that has to be done. So if you are interested in learning more about tax strategies and business strategies and how to save on taxes, keep more of the money you make and build wealth within your business and your investments, make sure that you like this video and that you are following me. You can also use the description box below to get additional resources that may help you as you're going through your journey of saving on taxes and operating your business. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.